The match between the U20 and the Blue Lock 11 has just begun. The Blue Lock 11 starts with the ball, and Rin passed to Isagi, but right off the bat, the prodigy himself, Itoshi Sae, goes to block Isagi. So Isagi passes back to Rin, who, along with Nagi, creates a central triangular formation. After that, we get a quick flashback to Ego talking about their formation, which is led by Rin at its top. However, this is only when we're defending. When we're on offense, the key players are at their core, which means that Karasu will have to fall back and defend as a back with Nico and Aryu. Meanwhile, the two side backs will move up to make a 3-6-1 explosive formation that crowds the midfield. This is only made possible because this is a team formed of only strikers in a varied formation that allows for goals to be scored from everywhere. After that, Chigiri and Bachira move up on the field, starting the super aggressive Blue Lock system. The U20 quickly sees that the Blue Lock 11 have raised their numbers, so Isagi has to quickly make his play while the U20 players are still reacting. So he passes to Blue Lock's little monster, Bachira, who goes up against Einstein. I mean, you can't tell me he doesn't look like him. Bachira starts with his fierce double-touch feint, gets closer to Hayate, and finishes with an aerial rush turn. Bachira tries to find the best position to pass to. He thinks about giving it straight to the goal zone, but quickly throws that idea to the side, as he sees the only person linking up perfectly to his best move, which to no one's surprise is Isagi. He quickly confesses his love to Isagi, before saying that both the U20 team and this field will fall to the two of them as he passes to Isagi. Isagi sees the ball flying to him and says that they can break through even the U20 team. However, that's when the U20's captain and defender Oliver Aiku comes and heads the ball away. Isagi is in shock, wondering how he is there, and Bachira is stunned that he managed to reach that. Isagi wonders how he managed to see through their play. Did he see it coming? No, that can't be right because they broke through their defense and passes perfectly. Was it just luck, or did he manage to predict it? Or was it possible that everything, the player's positions, Isagi's speed, even where the pass would land, the only way to explain his movements is that he took everything in at that moment and reacted on the reflex. Field of view, brain, physical ability. Just what kind of parameters does this guy have? When Aiku lands, he asks Isagi if he knows that people often think of strikers as robbers and defenders as cops. He tells Isagi that as long as he is there, he won't let any robbers steal any goals. The crowd is screaming Aiku's name, while Isagi is thinking that even though Bachira and he brought out their best plays, Aiku managed to see through it and shut them down in an instant. He thinks how amazing the U20 team is and thinks that this will be fun. As he tells Aiku to go ahead and try his best and says that he will want to have Isagi in a leash. After that, Isagi is thinking to himself about Aiku's play, and he realizes that Aiku was able to run without hesitation towards where they could do the most damage. That's the only way he could have cleared it. That's the type of reflex that Isagi want to use in order to score goals, and Isagi assumes that Aiku already had that type of reflexes but in his defense. And on top of all that, Aiku has extreme physicality, he's got eyes with high spatial awareness, and a body that allows for powerful dashing and jumping. However, Isagi had already prepared himself with game recordings, but playing against them is a completely different story. This kind of defense that they are facing is on a whole other level, and unless they can crush Aiku, they won't be able to win this match. Anyway, the game is back on, and Chigiri passes the ball back into the field to Isagi. He knows that breaking through directly will be difficult, and no matter how much he trades passes with Rin and Nagi, as long as Aiku is watching, they won't be able to get past him easily. This leaves Isagi with one choice, and that's to use Blue Lock's second offense option, and the ninja himself, Otoya Eita, who has been assigned to break through their right side. However, in doing so, he gets interrupted by Darai Miroku, the U20 side back, who tells him that his moves can't escape him. Otoya tries to get around him, but Darai is following Otoya's steps to perfection. But suddenly, Darai starts to level up, and Otoya quickly realizes that there is no way for him to get past Darai because he is anticipating and moving in on all of the areas Otoya is trying to get to. Isagi is shocked that Otoya is unable to get behind him and thinks that he can't afford to pass there. But just then, Rin tells Isagi to change up his train of thought and passes him, so Isagi goes for his second option, which is Yukimiya on the opposite side. Yukimiya goes up against Neru Teppei on the other side of the U20 team, and Yukimiya absolutely crushes him with his Laboba. Or that's what he thought because Neru was able to keep up with Yukimiya's tricks. Neru compliments him and says that he is even faster than he looked on the recordings. Yukimiya quickly comes to the conclusion that Neru is like him and specializes in speed. Unfortunately, while Yukimiya tries to get past him, he loses the ball, so Nagi goes to take it. He thinks that it's going to be tough to get past them, but it might work if he traps the ball and turns around. And before he can think any further, Neo Kazuma, one of the U20 center backs, gets as close to Nagi as possible, giving him little to no space to trap the ball. Nagi can't even turn to the goal due to Neo's super strong core. Nagi asks him if he is a guard dog, and Neo tells him that he is, and that his owner is coming. Which turns out to be true, as Aiku comes and steals the ball from Nagi. While watching all of this breakdown, Isagi is shocked and thinks that this is the true power of the U20 Japan team's Iron Wall Quartet. Aiku tells the Blue Lock players that they have stopped moving as he passes the ball to none other than the prodigy and the man himself, Itoshi Sae, who finally gets his chance to show off. The commentators and the crowd go crazy for Itoshi Sae, who is now running with the ball. Chigiri goes to accompany him and knows that their defensive line is already prepared for a counterattack, because when Bachira moves up to attack, Chigiri falls back to reinforce the defensive line. It's a system where Bachira and Chigiri balance each other's defense and offense, making it a lot stronger both in the attack and defense department. Chigiri says that he won't let Sae pass with the help of his speed, but just then Sae passes the ball, which destroyed Chigiri's confidence and leaves him amazed as he thinks about how Sae was able to casually pass it to the front line, and Sae didn't give Chigiri even a moment to think it through. The pass from Sae goes to Cho Kento, one of the forwards on the U20 team. Even Cho is amazed at how perfect the pass was when it landed on his foot. However, Ryu is quickly there to stop it. He tells Cho that he is his opponent, but Cho is like, "Fuck that," and passes it to his teammate Kitsunezato Teru. Kitsunezato tells Karasu, who came to stop him, that the U20 players don't waste any time and keep moving ahead. That's the basics of a counterattack. Karasu tells him that they had already foreseen that, but Kitsunezato doesn't look surprised, and tells Karasu that they had also foreseen that as he passes to Sae. And Karasu immediately knows that they are in trouble, because Itoshi Sae is open. Karasu screams at Nico to go, but Nico tells him that he is on his way. Nico thinks that the best way to stop Sae is to get in his shooting vision and stall him for a second. Before Chigiri can come from behind and steal the ball, Nico now thinks that they now have got him surrounded and that they managed to neutralize Itoshi Sae. However, he couldn't be more wrong, because Sae touches the ball with a gentle touch, making a perfect lob pass to Sendo Shuto, who is another one of U20's forward. Sendo gets the ball and shoots right away. Chigiri screams Gagamaru's name, and Gagamaru somehow uses his super reaction speed to make an incredible and life-saving save for Blue Lock. Gagamaru falls to the ground and says that it's not over yet, and that the ball is still in play, and the one running toward it is none other than Itoshi Sae, who quickly gets accompanied by Chigiri. Gagamaru thinks that it's fine and that Sae can't shoot from that angle, but that's when Sae says "fuck that" and shots the ball, which goes over Gagamaru into the goal, shocking everyone at the stadium and giving the U20 team a 1-goal lead. Isagi is stunned by what he just witnessed. He finally understands that he is the genius that the whole of Japan has been eagerly waiting for, and says that the leading actor in this game is Itoshi Sae, and the ones from Blue Lock are just this week's bad guys placed for Sae's act. Isagi is quickly realizing that nobody is looking at the likes of them, but just then, Rin comes to him and tells him not to get swept away. He tells Isagi that he just has to look at him because, in these 90 minutes, he will turn those cheers into screams of anguish. And that's how Itoshi Sae destroyed the Blue Lock 11. This is hands down one of my favorite moments in all of Blue Lock, because this was one of the first times we ever saw Sae play, and he didn't disappoint. But please tell me what you thought about this match in the comments. And if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel. And while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. However, this was just one of multiple fantastic moments in the U20 match, and if you want to watch the whole match, then I would suggest you watch my video on it. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.